Hello guys, welcome to this live stream flying an FW190A-8. I've got some rockets, the what is it? The WGR21. It's a 21 centimeter mortar rocket. Gonna head to the munitions depot at 1811. Hit that with the rockets and then go hunting. That's the plan anyway. Heading about 250. Gonna keep climbing till I get a bit higher, probably 3,000–4,000 meters. Give me an added buffer of safety. I'm transiting the airspace that the enemy is going to be flying through. (1,800 meters). G'day Manuel, ground attacking today. Yeah, mostly going to be flying this as a fighter, but I'm going to try and mix it up and do a bit of ground attacking as well as fighting. (2,300 meters). Will be a lot safer at 4,000 meters. I would be flying the Stuka right now, except it's not available on this map. Then another choice is the Ju-88, but that is such a slow process to get started and get airborne and everything. I wanted a bit quicker action, so I've taken this one. Coming up to 3,800 meters. G'day Konata Lacina, good luck, had trouble flying the A8 today. I think it dogfights a lot better without the MK108 cannon, so I could take the cannon, but I'm not gonna because it's a bit too heavy. Still got a cannon in the wing, but it's not quite as heavy. The MK108 I find is best for bombers, but it's not so applicable to fighters. Alright, so I'm at continuous mode. I'm at 3,200 meters. About to cross a big river. Still going 250. I see what the river is there, I believe that's it, that the mouse is pointing to. What's the plane doing? Uh-oh. Engine damaged. Engine failure. Oh, this is not good. That's the second time that's happened to me flying this plane. So I was climbing out at 85% power for that period of time and the engines just failed. I don't know why. I think it could be to do with the cowl flap. The outlet cowl shutters. There's no indication of overheating that I could see. Oh, and maybe there was. I was probably just half asleep and not looking at it. Probably got to keep the cowl shutters open during the climb. I'm going to practice shooting at a bridge with these rockets, and then I'll respawn. Sorry guys, I cooked the engine. Get out and push. I'll still get some target practice in. Those rockets fell well short. So I've got the outlet cowl shutter open now, 35%. Whoa, where'd that bunker come from? Damn, that was a close call. Could actually take out a bomber with these rockets. They're set to 1200 meters and they'll detonate in 1200 meters. G'day Matt Man, welcome. That's my destination right there. It's under attack at the moment. By the time I get there though, the attackers may be stronger or they may have slinked away. Rounds finishing in 25 minutes. So far I don't see any enemy aircraft out here. This was under attack a few moments ago. Quite possibly it's flown to the fuel depot. Okay, there's the flak positions. If there's anything around here, they're going to be firing at it. Oh, alright, there's my temperature gauge. Alright, I'm going to try climbing at 85% power with the cow outlet at 50%. Be something. No, that wasn't doing it, so it's still overheating. Really having a problem with the overheating. I'll increase it to 70%. Alright, 85% power and 70% cow outlet in a climb. There's a potential enemy target just there. It's got the airfield and the city in between the river. On one side of it is the fuel depot. So the radar will either tell me there's something at the fuel depot or something at the munitions depot behind me. Somewhere back here, just there. I've got some altitude, so I'll be able to zip down to either one. In the meantime, I'm going to sort of head west and keep climbing. Mission ends in 18 minutes. I'd like to get maximum action in that time. Nothing worse than just flying around and nothing happening. Well, actually, there is. Getting shot down is worse. And overheating is even worse. Aircraft spotted near Mesia or 1617. That's a precursor to this target here, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. It's just to the west of the fuel depot. Interesting. Hopefully, I can try out my rockets on an A20 or something like that. Temperature seems pretty good. I'm still in a kind of a climb. I've reduced the power though to 80%, and the cow outlet shutter is at 70%. That seems to work. So that's a bit of a discovery. I think cow outlet shutter is irrelevant for this plane unless you're in a fairly high powered climb. If you're in that climb, you need the shutter open quite a lot, and I'm seeing 70% as the number. Otherwise you can do a nice climb out to almost 4,000 meters, and then you almost get there and then you overheat. 15, 14. We are here at 15, 18, 15, 14. It's a fair way away. It's due west. Can still head there, I guess. Fuel depot, aircraft spotted near fuel depot. Good. That's where we are. Usually that means a decoy. Holy crap, look at that. There he is. Where? Hang on. Where is he? That's him there. Shit, where the hell did that Tempest go? P-47, I mean. There. There. Somewhere down there. That is a BF190. That's a BF190. Okay, that's an FW. There he is. Mustang. This plane was carrying rockets. Even when you dispense with the rockets and you remove the pods, you're still a few kilometers an hour slower than you otherwise would be. I've got the cow outlet shutter closed. I've got 100% power and I'm not able to keep up with this Mustang. Just a speck in the distance. Good news is, have not overheated at all. How long can I go like this at 100% power with the cow completely shut? I'm guessing less than 5 minutes, which is about now. But still, let's just carry on. He's maybe turning or something. Minutes left. G'day Michael, welcome to the stream. He's turning. Adrenaline. Big time adrenaline. Who's like JG53? I don't know. I think there was a victory in there somewhere. There's 2 minutes left in the stream, so there's not too much more point taking off. Guys, man, I'm so tired. It's very, very late here, extremely late. Debating whether I should do another stream or not. Gonna do one more. I'm not sure. It's just gonna be one more. It's either gonna be the same plane, or depending on what's available, maybe a Stuka or a Ju-88. Do the Stuka. Come on, Froggy, do the Stuka. Alright, I'm intending to do a Stuka once a day for the next 2 weeks. I would have done one in this on this map, but there's not a Stuka on this map. That looks a bit dodgy. Will he make it? Just. He didn't quite have... he's sort of on the edge of the stall when he came through there. A lot more unwieldy with those underwing pods. I don't think he's going to make this one. What the heck? I'm levitating. That must be the end. Who is this? I don't know. Just some random BF1. So according to that, 1 death and 0. I definitely got hits on that P51 though, and possibly on that P47. And then I believe flak brought me down. Or another aircraft. Man, that was a fairly significant load time. Well, here we are, we're back on the Bodenplatte map. No guarantees that we're going to get a Stuki. Let's have a looky. Ah, we got one. I wonder if we also have an ME262 at all. Not that I can see at a glance. Alright, where do I want to take off? So I'm looking for a target of some kind. Maybe from here to here. What are these? It's an airfield. So all the targets are airfield. And all of our targets are airfield, bomber, munitions factory depot, airfield factory, airfield, AAA, siren. Hitting an airfield. I'm going to go for the 1000. You can all, that's a good combo there. 1 500 and 2 250. But yeah, I'm going to go for the 1000 on this instance. So the 1000 plus the siren. You can't, the 1800's locked. Fuel, about 30%. It does have some guns apparently. If you're not carrying the BK 3.7, you get some MG17s in the wings. That's good, you got 2,000 rounds, that's plenty. For ground attack, yeah, 300's alright. What is the weather? January the 1st, 45. I'm guessing that that's going to be snowing. So I'm going to go a winter paint scheme. And this Stuka has some pretty radical paint schemes. Look at that. Let's try this. That's radical. It's like a graffiti artwork. G'day Skip. G'day Rag. Each plane is different, so remembering the engine settings or refiguring the engine settings is always a challenge. Oh man, that guy's just crashed his 88 big time. Alright, when I take off from here, which direction do I want to go? I could go right over to here, or I could go over to here. They're both equal distance. Maybe this one's slightly safer because it's out of the way. I'll probably go for that one. B80, and that's roughly 335 or 340. Where do I take off? Okay, so that's the start of the runway there. That's probably got a runway here as well, or is it a taxiway? We'll take off from there. What's this guy up to? Yeah. What's that one up? Very busy airport right now. Alright, let's do it. Do I need to unlock the tail wheel? Yeah. Got to try, there's a town there, got to try and get up to at least 1,000 metres. I think I can do that. And then we'll gun for 2,000 metres and try and drop from at least 2,000, preferably 3,000 or 4,000. Heading up to target, red target, airfield B80, B8. We're at a whopping 500 metres, whoa. Slow going. 250 kilometres now. A little bit off course. So we've got a town over there, we've got a canal or a river here, going about 340. What is the town on my left? Must be Dua. Going 340. Could be this one, could be Venray. I doubt it. I think it's Duern, so there must be one on my right as well. There's Duern, I reckon, and where's Venray? Should be right here. Yeah, there it is there, Venray. Good. So, and what's in the distance? Alright, so here we took off, we're flying along, we've got this one here, this one here. I should really be closer to Venray to get to B80, and the B80 has a huge town here and a smaller town here and a cross air with a distinctive taxiway offshoot there. So probably could do with being a bit close to that, and I've got a river down here as well. On the don't make no sense. I'm actually going to revise everything. I'm not between here and here, I'm between here and here. And here's the river that I'm to the left hand side of it. So that means I must be here somewhere, which means I'm roughly on track. Temperatures look okay. So it's 1945, we're flying a Stuka in 1945, very dangerous. Life expectancy of a Stuka in 1945 is not going to be great. Then again, I have this radical camouflage, no one can see me. And going forward, what side of this river do I want to be on? I want to be on the left-hand side of it. That's for sure. I'm going to change direction and go 320. Even more than that, I think, more like 310 or even 300. Going to keep on climbing. We're at a whopping 700 meters. The plane's feeling pretty good now though. It's quite stable, 300 k's an hour. Not overheating. Continuous mode power. Camo only works if you are really low. Only rely on cockpit instrument. Set your rear gunner on auto. I think it is on auto. Regular salute, sir. Good luck with your flight. Cheers, Ray. Spray the shadows of the camo netting to get the pattern. That's got to be what it is. Yeah. Oh, I suppose you could get a, if they had them, they'd get a spray can or a spray gun and do that. But yeah, it looks exactly like the camo netting pattern. 306 on the left-hand side of the river. That's okay. That's good. A little bit harder to navigate in this winter, in the winter map. Got a town up there on the right hand side of the river with its own grid. Got a town up there. Does it have an airfield? And probably a bigger town there. Big town there. So we have, I reckon we have two towns here, a big one and a small one, and there's an airfield, so I think that's my airfield there that I'm targeting. So I've got to figure out when I get there, assuming I survive that far, to drop the bomb, where's the most effective place. If I can find a line of bombers, that'd be ideal. Temperatures are good, both below 100, so that's positive. Altitude is now 1,100 meters. And I'm going to have to, if I get there, I'm going to have to contend with A8. Triple A. I'm going for the most remote target, so that's in my favour. And I do have a bunch of ammo forward facing that I can use. Carrying 30% fuel. Could potentially try and dogfight with the Stuka. Alright, that's definitely the runway that I'm after, the airport. Oh no! Did you just fire your gun? Did my gunner just fire his gun? He did. Damn it! I'm gonna have to dive, maybe. Oh man, the elevator's gone. Someone says he's out of ammo. I don't believe that, if that's my gunner. I'm not exactly sure what's going on right now. My gunner was shooting at something. My elevator's stuffed. Elevator's really stuffed. Got the enemy airfield up here. I might as well turn around and try an RT. Rudder's work. In an almost perfect yaw turn here. With no residual roll. But easy to stall out doing this. Very, very full power. Saved by the I want to be heading about 140, 160. I have the control stick fully forward right now and the plane still wants to lift its nose. The thing that helps me to lift is flap, and that if I don't have flap then it starts to nose down terribly. Alright, I'm going to head to that town there. I believe it's Venray. And then from Venray I'll get to the river, and then from the river I'll follow the river back to the bay. I don't know what the heck happened with that. Clearly the gunner was shooting at something, and clearly the elevator's stuffed. And then after that, I don't know. Everything's quiet. I've got no idea what was happening back there. A lot of action clearly, but what? I don't know. Airfield, single airfield just off my right wing, and a town. The airfield could be Der Rips. which makes sense because I reckon that's Venray. Pretty high control load. I've got my stick fully forward and the plane still is wafting higher. Yes, I've got some flaps down, but trust me, if I raise the flaps, the plane starts to nose down savagely. I'd rather be slightly wafting up than nosing down savagely, that even full power can't really. And I don't have any trim. Ah, Ragor, yeah. A player might have jumped into the plane. Yeah, yeah, that's right. If the player started firing, then someone else would have seen the tracer and then intercepted the plane. So I should then turn off my rear gunner so that can't happen, unless one of you guys wants to be the gunner. But then, of course, you'd have to be expert. Well, not expert, but you'd have to comprehend not to fire unless you're shooting at an aircraft. Otherwise, the tracer would light up the sky and get us shot down by being recognised. So we've got a town there, which is Venray. Got a town there, which is De Vries, I think. Duern, sorry. So the river should be straight ahead, and then I'll follow the river to the base. Got a canal there. So straight east. Don't really need to intercept the river, but it's better. I can see it there. Machine, you were in the Mustang that I followed. You were able to land. Aha, okay. You got away this time. I was a little bit slower because I had rocket pod hard points attached, which slow the plane down even when the rockets have been fired and the pods dispense. I assume that an A8 can catch a Mustang on the deck, otherwise. Alright, so there's the river. Can you trim the elevators on a Stuka? Not sure. So far, I mean, I've got the hat on top of the control yoke, on top of the control stick, is for trim, and it works for trim on the BF109, but it doesn't work on most other planes. Maybe I've got to assign it in the control key assignments. So it's a split town across either side of the river. Venlo. I pretty much know Venlo from the other map. And the airfield's just on the other side of the river. I'm pretty sure I'm looking at Venlo right now, just there. Was hit very bad but landed. Yeah, that's right, I managed to hit the Mustang, your good self there, at the last minute. And then I saw a P-47 coming at me, and I blasted away at that, and then I got shot down, I assume by flak, and then the map ended. My main problem was it was actually, I think it was a fight over the fuel or the munitions depot at Venlo on the other map. My main problem was that I was tracking a P-47 and I kept losing it. and then I intercepted a plane that was chasing it, which was an FW190, and then I intercepted another plane. I mean, they're just specks in the distance, and that turned out to be a BF-109, so I wasn't having much luck. There's the runway, there's an aircraft landing. Lights on. I think that would have been a good attack if the gunner wasn't firing. Alright, so how am I going to do this? I think power off just now. That's complete BS. That's not how it should be. Normally, when you cut power, the nose drops, and I cut power and the nose kept on climbing. And then I applied flap as the plane was starting to nose down, and normally when you apply flap, it causes the plane to balloon, and instead it just went nose down. Question for you guys: Do you know how I can lock the gunner? Because I don't think it's locked, and I wish to lock. As far as you know, you can't. Is it in the same place as spectator? I don't know. Where is spectator? Allow spectators or not option? Yeah, yeah, it's got to be something like that. I'll see if I can access it from this menu. Gunner stations, that looks like it. Unlock gunner stations. That indicates that it's... So I think I might be learning something here. So it's ticked by default, and if I untick, then unavailable. If I tick it, free. If I untick, unavailable. Excellent. So that's how we do it. Good info, guys. Alright, so that's that problem solved. The gunner won't give our position away. Oh, this is not good. I really hate it when someone crashes into me. Alright, good. Mate, slow down. You can just tell when someone's never done taxiing before in a twin. Full 100% power. Applying probably, I don't know, 2400 horsepower in the taxi. With those combined engines. Put your lights on, sir. I should put my lights on. There we go. Alright, the prop's at 100% RPM. Water radiators at 40%. Oil radiators at 25%. Gonna do the same deal. Might stay with the river and sort of keep a little bit far away from Venray and come down. There's a train track there. Come down the train track. What else do I need to remember? Unlock the tail. Very busy airfield. The danger here is one of these planes that's taxiing is going to go full throttle, crash into me. It's so annoying. Look at that congestion. Well, that was a pretty messy taxi experience, but we're airborne. Lights are off. Okay, now we got continuous mode on the engine. Speed is around 200, pretty low. The speed range for this plane seems to be around 200 to 300 kilometers an hour. That D9 was insisting on taking off at the same time as me. Heading north, should have a river on our left. There's a town there. There's some kind of a river. The gunner's position's locked, so no one can jump in there and fire the tracer. Hopefully the bomb apparatus was not damaged. I've got to put the flaps up. Hopefully the bomb apparatus was not damaged by that ground loop during the taxi. I don't believe it will be, but it's always a possibility. Yeah, that allow spectators thing, I'd seen it before, but it was just such a vague memory. But there it is. That was really perplexing. I was like, what the heck? Why is the gunner shooting and we're not dead yet? Usually you hear the gunner shoot and then you're dead because you get shot down by a Tempest or something. Definitely got shot by something because the elevator stopped working. So there's our river, and we're going to just stay on the right hand side of the river and fly up the river for a bit. A slightly longer route, but not much longer. Give us a chance to climb, and importantly it'll keep us away from most of the action. So there'll be a better chance of survival. Yeah, that's it. I'm something of an expert on IL-2, but even there's so many things that are on the periphery of my awareness, such as that particular setting. Same goes for the level bomb site for the Bombardier. I hadn't really properly used that until yesterday, and now I can actually use it in the Ju-88, and I think it's the same model. I assume it's the same model across all the level bombers, the A-20, the PE-2, etc. So that's a good investment of my time yesterday in learning how to use the Bombardier's sight, because I reckon I'll be able to use it across the range of level bombing aircraft. Because up until now I was relegated to dive bombing with planes like the Ju-88 and the A-20. Temperature is good, it's under 100 on both of them. I might shut the radiators a bit, then again I'm about to do some pretty decent climbing. What's the speed? 250. We're going almost north, we're following the river. I can see Venray in the distance. So far all is well. I'm going to keep on in a shallow climb, and then if I get attacked I'll go down on the deck, and my gunner's going to be the most effective when I'm low as possible, so no aircraft can get underneath me, but the gunner can fire upward. And if possible, I'm going to drop my bomb, which has a 2-second delay, when the other aircraft is at the right position behind me, and explode it. That is possible, I've done that before. A machine says I will join again, Luftwaffe this time. Machine. I'm headed to 1316. I'm headed to 1316. So if you wanna I don't know, if you wanna do fighter support for this particular Stuka. Any river boats? That's a good question. So far I haven't seen any. None of them has caught my attention any of the time on these Bodenplatte rivers, except for that one time the other day in the north of the map, well into Germany, in the mountainous area. There's some boats up there. What do we got up there? Maybe that is a boat, or it's an island in the centre. That town there, I reckon that's Benray. So we're making pretty good progress actually. What's our speed? 300 kilometres. Pretty soon there'll be a train line. There'll be a train line that goes across from Genep, across the river directly to Volkel at 1316. So if I can spot that train line, then happy days. I'll just turn left and follow that straight into the target. Yeah, you could well have seen one on the previous game. Would make a good target actually. Go into auto cruise for a sec and study that. So we just passed Venray, we're going along here. There's a kind of a pretty like a chicane, a pretty exaggerated squiggle right there, and then just after that squiggle, obviously you've got a big arch like that, and in between them you got that's the train line. And that should be a town there as well. So there's the squiggle, there's a bridge, there's the town. I assume that's a train bridge. Could be a double bridge actually. There's that thing there. Cool, so I don't see no train track though, not yet. How is the altitude? We're at exactly 1,000 meters. That ain't much. So going to try and climb up. I don't have to be at 2,000, but I'm going to try and do that. Great for lining up on the dive attack. It's always helpful to I'm finding with the bombers, to orientate the aircraft according to some kind of a feature on the ground, and also according to the wind if you're doing level bombing. If you're doing level bombing, if you can orientate the aircraft so it's flying either directly into the wind or against the wind, sorry, either with the wind or against the wind, then you don't have a crosswind component, and so there's no drift, and so you don't need to apply any offset calculation for a cross. So that's pretty useful. So there's our bridges. I'd say the straight one is the train, and the curved one that goes off there is the road. And that goes down there. And there's a town and there's an airfield. And it's got the distinctive taxiway, that box-like structure that pokes out, and it's a cross runway. Yeah, so that's our destination. Temperature is good. 300 k's an hour. We're at 1250 meters. This is a train track. We can just follow it and keep gaining altitude. Windows down there. Oh, really? I'll have to look into that at some points. Do you guys know what buttons you press to open those? Would it be I don't want to open the canopy. Open the bomb. Nice. Now I'm learning some more things. That's 2 new things that I've learned today. That is nifty. That's pretty. Yeah, that's awesome. What is its primary function? Apart from, I mean, the obvious, you can see the target below you before you start your dive. I think that's what it must be for. You could drop a bottle of Coca-Cola out there, like in that movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy. Once target is in the window, turn on your back and dive. Yeah. Perfect aim. I was thinking, could you use it for level bombing? But I think you'd need a bomb site. Anyways, what to hit? Bunch of aircraft over there. Some hang. Wow, so many buildings. I have no idea what I want to. I mean, there's a big hangar there. There's no really juicy looking targets just yet. There's a fuel dump. Should I go for that? Maybe I'll drop it. There's a T made of 3 buildings. I might go for that. I'm kind of undecided. Bloody hell. Tempted. Destroyed a B-25, destroyed an A-20. I lingered in the target area so long. You know what I should have done? I should have just bloody dived, hit anything, and then gotten the heck out of there. AAA, mate. Damn, that's a pretty good result. 3 planes, 1 build. I just needed to go in a heck of a lot faster over the target area, drop the load, and then just get out of there so the flak didn't have a chance to get. And of course I could hear tempests in the area. I don't know that the tempests actually had anything to do with me going down. Might have just been the flak. That's the thing, if you linger for any period of time over a target, the flak will get. This is a very hard to spot camo scheme. I'm going to do one more flight, guys. Is that machine? I'm not sure. Venlo is currently under attack as well. Same deal, going up to B80. I'll just keep hitting B80 until it's a gone. The machine couldn't join because the server's at capacity. This often happens on the week. I've in the past, like last weekend, particularly on Saturday, particularly, I sat there for a good 3 hours trying to join Combat Box during the day on Saturday, and even if it said like 83 of 84, it still wouldn't let me in. It was so frustrating. Tried many times. Yeah, I've been there, man. Trust me, I know the feeling. I feel ya. Let me read your comment. When I am with the Stuka, fly level to target at 3,200 meters outside of flag range. Once the target is out of the floor wind, roll on back dive, perfect angle, then release bombs at 600 meters. And then race home at or below treetop. Sounds like a good plan. What do we got? This airfield's under attack. That looks like a 109. Okay, so we're on our way again. I think everything is set up okay. And we're climbing at about 250 k's an hour. We're almost at 500 meters. To an AAA is under attack. If I was in a fighter, I'd go there. How far have we climbed in that time? 100 meters. We're now at 600 meters. I'm climbing in continuous mode. It might not be the best power setting for a climb. I don't know what's the best power setting for climbing in this plane or how long you can climb for. I might try and increase the power a bit. Climb mode. And what's the top of climb mode? 92. Might stay at 90. Might stay at 91 for a few minutes. Better keep an eye on the temperatures, I guess. We're now at 1850, 850, 900 meters. Not even at 1,000. Aircraft spotted at Venray. That's pretty damn close to us right here. That's Venray. Still, we have the sun behind us. That's in our favour. They're going to be looking directly at the sun when they look it up. So it protects against flak hits if you close it. That's also good to know. And any advice, Ragor, that you have on the Stuka, let us know. Because I've hardly ever flown it in multiplayer before, so I'm a noob on the Stuka. I can use the dive brakes pretty well, and that's about it. And I can use the siren when I remember to use it. I think it's... yeah, I've got it set to left out and ed. Can't remember if that's the default setting on it. Well, guys, we haven't been shot down yet. So, good going so far. I'm in climb mode, something to remember. What's my altitude? Coming up to 1,500 meters. How's my temperature? It's climbed. Now we're at 100 and just below 100. I have to keep an eye on the water temperature in particular. Oh yeah, machine for sure. I mean, multiplayer and live streaming and everything is very, very difficult to coordinate anything and even to get myself to get online. That's one of the reasons why I never ever schedule anything, is because half the time you schedule something and then there's one of the multitude of factors makes it impossible to do it. Like for example, if I schedule, I mean if you're extremely organised and experienced you could probably do it, but like if I scheduled a flight to fly a Stuka next week at 7 PM local time, I could jump on and there might be no other players on the server, and what's more, the map that has the Stuka on it might not be available, or it might be available but it might be ending in 3 minutes or in 10 minutes, so maybe you'd get to fly the Stuka for half a minute and then it would be onto another map. And so there's all these different factors that make that introduce a lot of uncertainty to live streaming and to multiplayer. But you know, there's also a bunch of factors that make it really, really awesome. So it's kind of in my opinion, it's kind of an opportunistic thing. So indeed, try and join later and see how you go, machine, and come and escort the Stuka. I could do with an escort, that's for sure. Or jump in another Stuka and we'll hit them as a team. Having said that, this is my last flight, and after this I've got to go and catch some Z's. Got to go and crash out and fall asleep. So this will be my last flight, but hopefully it's going to go for about another 25 minutes, I think. If I can hit the target and then RTB, I'm assuming that's going to be about 25 minutes. Alright, so what? Temperature is still good. Altitude's 2,100. So we're much higher now, this is great. And where's our position on them? Big forest there with a town behind. Town there, river's just below us. There's that distinctive squiggle and the town and the bridge. Alright, good, we're on track. Might have to get out of climbing mode soon. Don't want to have the propeller fail or something. Oh yeah, I agree, Frag, don't forget the siren. Yeah. If I forget the siren as I'm diving, one of you guys please put it in caps lock in the comments to turn on the damn siren. Yeah, I'm liking this window. You can kind of see what's directly below you. Very useful. We are now at 2,500 meters, and the temperatures are still good. The speed though is 220 k's an hour, it's very low. The heading back to base is going to be, I could go due east and hit the river, or I could go southeast to Venray. It's either going to be east or southeast to escape this airfield target. And I've got 30% fuel that I took off with. It's not entirely that much fuel. I think I took off with 30%. Uh, 2,700. I'm going to see if I can get to 3,000. If I can't, it doesn't matter too much. I think I'm concerned about, I can see the target there, about, I'm still in climb mode, so I'm concerned about burning out the engine like I did with that FW before. I'm going to probably reduce the power now. There we go, we've got continue. So I've got a 1,000 kilogram bomb, I've got to drop it somewhere. I'm going to look for a cluster of hangars. Altitude is almost 3,000. May as well keep trying to climb. Directly heading to the target now. Allied airfield B80 destroyed. That's the one that I'm heading to, you bastards. Man, someone's just destroyed my airfield that I was going to bomb. We're at 3,000 meters. We're in auto level. We've got continuous mode on. B80, which was the target, is now destroyed. So we can go to Eindhoven B70. Won't take long to get. It's in a pretty dangerous area though, right in the intersection of the two airfields. And these. So that's going to be, from here, that's going to be 180, 270, I don't know, 230 maybe. Assuming that doesn't get destroyed by the time I get there. So it's the airfield, it's the A-shaped airfield at Eindhoven. "5,000 Stukas were made, but at any one time during World War II, they only used 500 at a time all over their front line." So got some steps there, I think, Gregor. 4, open floor window. 5, once target in the window, get nervous. 6, once target out of the window. 7, close the window. 8, enable dive brakes. 9, roll on back. 10, dive and get target. Oh, so if that airfield's destroyed, why is it shooting flak at me? I guess it can be destroyed, but not be destroyed. You know what? I'm just going to bomb this airfield anyway. The fate of a Stuka. one plane. I destroyed a parked P-38. Yeah, it has like a trapeze action kind of swing arm. Keep as much speed as possible. Yeah, that is a good... Nice drop, unlucky escape, yeah. And it's well past my bedtime. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to jump in a fighter plane and do one more flight in a fighter, and this really will be the last attempt. And this, I'm getting close to the end of my run of doing the A8, but I'm still going to keep doing the A8 for this. .950 131s, 780 20mm, guns to 380. Go about 50%. You use 350 meters for convergence. Okay. Heck, I used to use 180. I still do sometimes. Sometimes I try out 400 or 500. Got a pretty strong crosswind there, pretty strong headwind. Alright, that town, there's the river, obviously that town there's got to be Venray. And we've got a town straight ahead, which has got to be Duern, which has a Axis 888. And then further west we've got B78, which is an enemy air. Duern AA attack, under attack. That is an attack directly in front of us, some on the other side and to the left. I'm going to descend early because if I don't, then I can't see anything. If I can get under the horizon, pretty much, if there's any aircraft there, I'll be able to spot them. Nothing. There. What is it? Looks like an FW. What is it? It's an F. He's doing the same thing as. What's that? Same plane? Looks like. Hang on, he's shooting. It can't be an FW. But it is. What are you doing? One of us is mistaken. Are you serious? He's on my tail. I think this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He is flying the same plane as me. Hopefully he doesn't try and shoot me. There's two planes there. Nice and easy, frog, nice and easy. Nice and easy. What is it? What is it? What is it? Damn it. Where? FW. I think that other plane was a 1-0. FW. That FW is shooting at those targets down there, and I'm pretty sure they're our target. Now our airfield is under attack. Duern AA under attack. Yeah, it is under attack. It's under attack from an FW190. I don't know. I'm going to head back to my base because it's under attack. That was a bit of a letdown. What have we got there though? What is that? Looks like a 109. I think that's someone swooping in, seeing the attack and not realising that it's an FW. This is crazy. He's seen the status message that it's under attack. Hang on, what is... What is that? I'm assuming it's a 109, but let's just check. Looks like a 190. I'm out of here. This is not a good place to be. Five enemy fighters over Y29. That's got to be south. That is good info. What the situation is there's fighters in the south. I'm heading down a long chain of targets. There's fighters at Y29, there's 5 of them, enemies. I'm starting off from here, going south. So all these are on this side, probably, and here there's going to be lots of activity. I'm very low. So that ain't good. It's pretty reckless to fly this low into so many targets, but it's basically past my bedtime. So I'm going to be quite reckless and flying fatigued. So let's see what happens. You never know, sometimes a furball can come upon you, or you can come upon it directly at your altitude, even if you're quite low, so hoping for something like that. I reckon that's mastery. I've spotted this thing. Alright, so there's a town here and here. There's a river. Where am I exactly? I gotta just turn. This is enemy territory, so that aircraft getting shot at is one of our. I'll probably get the same treatment pretty soon. I probably am right now, but I can't see it. I just got to confirm that that's one of our. If only you were a Mustang. He's really getting attacked by that flag. I wonder if I'm getting attacked by the. No. Does that seem right to you that he's getting attacked but not me? Ah, now I'm getting attacked. Someone says Y29 has a ton of reds. Well, I'm at Y29. Where? Possibly in slightly the wrong position. Alright, there is Y29 right there. And it's shooting at me with its flak. Where are the enemies? There's totally lost. This is a bad position to be in because the flak is pinpointing to anyone that cares to look where my position. I can't see any enemy. The enemies are not being highlighted by flak. I can see an aircraft down there. And see some shoot. Let's go for this one. What we got here? He's attacking the ground, so that's one of my guys. It's a 110. What do we got here? It's a FW. Oh well, probably hit some ground target. Destroyed a parked P51. It's better than nothing. Who's that on my tail? Who dat? Who dat? Looks like he's after. Shit. Shit. And it's a P38 as well. That's stuffed up. Ah. I just held the throttle right back and about 3 of them in a row shot straight by me. If it was 1 or 2, then I could have got them, but the trouble is as soon as I climb up on the first one and try and get a shot, the other 2 come in behind, and then I have to make them overshoot as well. And then that last P38 got my elevator. I'd love to actually do this again, but I've got to finish the stream. It's annoying because I get to the point where I discover where the action is on this map, which has taken a lot of time of discovery, but now I've got to go. If I was going to stay, I'd come straight back to this airfield. This is obviously where the action is. Yeah, definitely got something on the ground. Good night, sir. Thanks for the stream. Thanks, Regor. Salute. Cheers. Thanks, guys, and I'll hopefully catch you at the next live stream. Bye for now.